What's up, guys? This is the Blue Bridge Podcast. This is probably episode, I don't even know.
Lost count.
It's 11. We recorded an entire ep. It was probably about an hour long. Of course, I folded. Tried to get it uploaded. Stuff was going wrong, of course. This is a theme here. So we lost the episode. I think we were talking a little crazy on the episode anyway. Maybe it was better.
Yeah,
For the better. We
We
pretty much X'd out the Steelers and like F them. But I'm not changing my whole entire go. But oh yeah, I'm Deck.
DG.
DG. It's the boy Shrummy.
Our boy Strum here with us today. And we got
We got someone in the corner. We're not gonna say his name.
Got a producer.
Now we'll say it's JU, but he
our
don't.
fact check guy who doesn't like to be on camera.
Yeah, he don't want to be on the cam. He look good though. No Diddy. So we're just sitting here, just having a little, just chill with us. We're in the garage chilling, drinking a couple brews. You know, we're gonna talk some Steelers football. But yeah, to get back, we were talking about the previous games before the Colts. Of course, we looked horrible, and some of them, I think 2 in a row we lost. Correct.
Yeah.
Either way, I was Xing out Tomlin. I still feel similar. Only because I'm a Steeler fan through and through, but I've been here a long time. I've been here since I was like 5. And just because we get a big win like this doesn't mean all of our problems are gone. So that's how I feel. Obviously, wonderful win against the Colts. To be honest, I was really tired that day. I fell asleep. Shout out to my girl. She kept waking me up every time something big happened. I watched the whole game back in terms of like big moments, but I can't really speak from a play-to-play perspective. What I do know is my guy Nick Herbig, Peyton Wilson, they were eating, Highsmith was eating, all that stuff. I'm just kind of rambling right now. All I'm saying is, good game, but our problems are still our problems. That's pretty much how I feel. I'm going to let somebody start spinning, and then I'll just react. I don't really have too much off the top of the dome.
Yeah. Since you already hit on the last couple of games and what we talked about in the episode we wasn't able to drop, we're just going to move right into the Colts game and kind of just give our takes on the game as a whole. And we'll go. Honestly, we could go down the line.
I can spark it.
Yeah, let's go down the line.
Yeah, we can go down the line. Colts game. I think our defense looked like what we were promised for the offseason, of course, on the paper product, which is one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best, should be, highest paid. So it looked good. It looked really good. But I think there were still minor issues. I still think, as much as I like Joey Porter, he was getting flags that he always does, and it's pretty annoying. I think I'm just starting with defense. I think Jalen Ramsey plays more natural at free safety. When Deshaun gets back, just having Jalen and him at safety, I think that's the fix. Of course, at times you bump Jalen out for some one-on-one. I'm not giving up on him in the one-on-one game, especially when Echols is probably a guy that is a starter right now, I would say, on the outside. If we were to have...
He's starting to be that guy that's starting to...
Which I like Echols, but I'm scared he's going to be kind of like a Pierre, like a guy that has these ups,
No, yeah.
and then he evens
last
out.
game, he gave up a touchdown, but he had some good plays. That's him.
But I do feel like against most teams, you should be able to still win that way. You got Joey Porter, which we have trust in. I like that he had that interception because on this channel, I've been very critical of him in terms of critical. That want to be the word. I've been very. I've just criticized him. I've criticized him a lot on not having a lot of splash plays, not really being a guy that catches balls, which Diaz said he wasn't that guy in college, and I get it, but call yourself a number 1 corner, you got to do this, that, and the third, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, overall, just to put it in words, our defense played how they should. It didn't surprise me given the talent, but of course it surprised me given the past few games we've had, honestly, the whole season we've had on defense. There's been ups and downs, but most of it's been kind of mediocre, in my opinion, for at least what we have. So defensively, I was happy. Offensively, I was a little bit stagnant. I wasn't too happy with it. The one thing I'll say on offense that's really clicking, like DK doesn't need to be dropping these balls. He's getting paid too much for that. I still have a lot of faith in our tight ends. I personally, as a guy that's supported Freiermuth a lot, but has also been back and forth, I think he's better than Jonnu as of now. I'm not saying that's not a schematics issue, but I'm happy with Freiermuth. Darnell is probably our most valuable player on offense because if you watch the film, his blocking is crazy. And then oh my God, the guy's just one of the best athletes in Pittsburgh sports right now, period. He can do it all. So I'm happy with the tight end room still. Our O-line's coming together. I think Fautanu is really coming into himself. Broderick's doing his thing. I'm not hearing Broderick's name as much in a negative light. Is that first round like, oh my God? Not necessarily, but if he can at least turn into a serviceable guy, and when we negotiate a contract with him, he understands that we're not going to give him this high price because of his play being up and down and rocky, that's perfect with me. Keep him because he's been playing damn good. Frazier is just one of a kind in my opinion for his age. Frazier, the reason you don't hear Frazier's name a lot is because he's playing great center for us. He's doing wonderful. And then the other two guys, of course, what's his name's rotating, not even rotating. He's starting because Saymalu's out, correct? I want to say Saymalu's out.
Yeah.
But McCormick is playing good as well. So O-line, I'm actually happy with it. I'm not saying I'm like ecstatic. They're still young and need to gel fully, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's still our MVP in terms of like offense, just because he's very cool and calm. Like he's getting these passes out. He's doing what he needs to do. I just think our whole entire approach on offense is still kind of like we don't believe in ourselves, which is crazy to me because we have the pieces. As much as we need a wide receiver number 2, if Darnell and these tight ends keep doing their thing and DK actually is a number one receiver, which I haven't really seen this year in my opinion, then we could make things work. But yeah, the whole game as a whole, I just think the offense needs to step it up and the defense needs to keep the momentum from last game. Will that happen? No, I don't think so. I think the offense will outperform the defense for the rest of the season. Still, I think the defense is going to end up, dropping the ball.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be trash again. But
for me, my thoughts on the game, I think I realized with our defense, it's a boomer bust type of defense. So, we pay all these dudes to make the plays that they do make, and it's weird. I said it during the game, but it's almost like we either have 5 turnovers or we have 0. Like, it's never really no steady in between. Like, it's either everyone's eating, everyone's going crazy, making big plays, splash plays, or we're just getting ran through like butter. And I think we just fell on the right side of it. Daniel Jones, him not being that a mobile threat, I think we were able to tee off on him. Our pressure was getting home, which the Colts do have one of the better O-lines. We made them look average, but they are a good O-line. So I was impressed, like, with us winning our certain one-on-one matchups. I was very impressed with Fautanu, like, holding Buckner, holding his own there, and I think he's starting to become one of the better tackles in the league. I think the continuity of the game against the Colts was pretty decent. Overall, I'll say we're not going to get 5 turnovers every game. Are we going to be able to hold teams to 3 and outs or be able to, stall drives out is the big question with our defense. Obviously, we've seen the bad, we've seen the good, so I'm not going to get too high or too low. It's kind of what I just expect at this point. But spread some highlights. Jalen Warren continues to impress. Kenny G. Our tight end room, I don't think there's a certain guy. I do think Pat Freiermuth, as of late, has started to insert himself as that guy in our tight end room again when it comes to the splash in the pass game. Jonnu, we use him when we need to. Like, we don't necessarily, like, sometimes I feel like Jonnu's the guy you got to kind of force him into the game. He's such a physical presence.
that first play, they always try to spark it off with him.
Yeah,
The first play. And then
I
they say, all right, bye.
Right, and that's why I was going to say, like,
Crazy.
for you say you didn't see...
I said it's more schematics based, in my opinion, of why
With
he's
DK?
not emerging. Oh, no, I'm talking about
I was
Jonnu.
going to go to DK and say,
I got
like,
you.
I've seen the flashes with DK that makes him like, okay, yeah, that's clearly our number one guy. But, of course, when you have drops and you're getting paid that much money, that's the stuff you walk back. It's like, yeah, we know physically he's the number one guy. We know athletically he's the number one guy. We know the capabilities he has, but
The production.
yeah, like when it comes to the easy, it's the routine things. They said it during the game. It's the routine catches, just making the routine.
You got to
plays.
get all of those, man. Jamar Chase does it.
Yeah, and I mean everyone has
Jefferson.
drops, right? But when the consistency of the drop starts to pick up, that's when it's like, hey, we're paying you a lot of money. And same thing with TJ. We just gave TJ slack the last couple of weeks, but he did what TJ does last game and got that strip sack. That's what he does. He's a game wrecker. He changes the game. That's what you expect when you pay someone those amount of bucks. Obviously, no, you're not going to get that production every single game, but you expect it to be at a level where it's like, yeah, this is why we paid you. A-Rod, as long as we keep him protected, it's A-Rod. I think I said that before the season started. Everyone was tripping out. I'm like, listen, if we protect him, it's A-Rod. He ain't forgot how to throw the ball. He still throws a nice ball. Still does what A-Rod does. So, yeah, I'm not going to get too much into the game. I feel like it's been a long enough time. But I will just say, you know, I was happy with the way things overall turned out. Give it to my boy Sean.
Yeah, it was never within their reach. I will say that. Yeah. What you got? You got anything?
No, I mean, I thought we controlled the game the entire time. I thought the front seven played pretty great. Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, I got him on the fantasy team. I mean, cost me in fantasy, but helped in the real game. Cam Hayward, Derek Harmon, they showed up big.
Yeah, shout out to Derek Harmon. He's He's a very
That's
silent.
One of those, I think
he's turning into a stud.
Yeah, I just think he's on the All-Pro list. Well, rookie for the rookie team right now on defense. So obviously nothing official came out, but they're spotlighting him right now. So yeah, he's doing his thing. I bet.
Yeah. You got anything else, Big T?
No, not really. Offense, I mean, took them a little while to get going. Obviously, you'd expect a little more points with how many turnovers they forced.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Got the job done, so.
Yeah, you can't complain with wins in this league.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, that's why a guy like DK and whatnot, like, when you get those turnovers, you have to capitalize. When you have just him and A-Rod together, like, that duo should be able to capitalize on that stuff. Like, you have to. I mean, that's what you get paid the money for. That's just, it's point blank period. Same as Arthur Smith.
And his defense, I mean, yeah. For me personally, it's the routine stuff. I mean, yeah, obviously teams are looking at us, and it's no secret who our number one receiver is and who you got a game plan for off the rip and who you don't want to affect the game the most. And obviously, for most teams and most defensive coordinators, that's going to be DK. But with that being said, I mean, it's for me, it's just the routine things. Like, I'm seeing you get open for a slant for a first down and you're dropping it. Like, those things can't happen. And that's something that he struggled with before he even came to Pittsburgh. So at this point, it's almost like, should we expect this the whole time you're here? Yeah. That's what it's starting to feel like. Like, is this something you could truly fix to where you can only have maybe 5 drops a season? I don't know.
Yeah. And even outside of the drops, I still feel like DK's just on the Steelers. You know, I feel like I just look at him like, okay, that just sounds dumb. You know what I mean?
I know what
like,
you're saying.
We have DK Metcalf, but it doesn't feel like
the only game
DK
you
Metcalf
felt like you felt his presence obviously was the Vikings game. That was like the one game you're like, yeah, like this is our
I haven't
guy.
been like, we have DK Metcalf. I've just been like, oh, cool. I mean, yeah.
But honestly, I'll be honest, like, that's kind of who DK always been. Like, yeah, he had some years probably where he went crazy, but he's one of those guys, like, yeah, he will go missing during the season. And especially when you don't have...
We need a number 2, yeah.
Yeah, you do. We need a number 2.
He had Tyler Lockett for how long, right?
Yeah, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jibba.
He even had Jimmy, right? He had Jimmy Graham at certain points. Or was that...
I don't
they weren't the same time.
Yeah, maybe when he first got...
That's not necessarily a huge deal.
Right, but no, I mean...
They had weapons in there. They had weapons.
We need a number 2. There's like, that's not a secret.
Yeah, that's been a known fact. Which, of course, leave it to the Steelers on the trade deadline to not even... I mean, I heard a couple, whispers, but... I mean, it looked like we didn't even hardly try. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're good in the house. Like, I'm cool with Calvin Austin. Which
I get it. Maybe they didn't want to. I heard. No, actually, I did hear that we was trying to get Jacoby Myers, and we offered him the same thing that Jacksonville did, but the Raiders let him choose where he wanted to go, and ultimately he wanted to go to Jacksonville. So maybe that was the guy they was looking at, and they couldn't get him. I heard stuff about Waddle, but they wanted too much for him, 2 first-rounders or something.
Wasn't Rashid Shaheed another one?
Rashid Shaheed.
He picked the Seahawks over. He had a choice.
Okay, so Rashid Shaheed, obviously people are looking at our situation. It's like maybe receivers are like, who's going to... it's not. I don't think it's that they don't want to play with A-Rod. It's probably more of a what's their future looking like? Do I want to put myself in a situation where once A-Rod's done, I'm not gonna have someone that's gonna give me the ball? Like,
yeah, that's a big thing right now. I heard whisperings of people in house with the Steelers, which I don't believe this entirely, that they want A-Rod at a certain point this year to take a bench seat and let Will Howard start just to see what they have, see if they need to draft a quarterback early. DG might have said this last episode that we didn't upload, or he said it before, and I agree with him. Quarterback draft doesn't look too promising coming up, so I would like to keep Will Howard. But I'd also, like to see if A-Rod can return, with our O-line looking better. And, of course, him being just like the field general, it would be nice to not have to switch.
The good thing is we got a whole bunch of picks. You know what I mean? So
we can make
all these
talent
picks we
around
have,
them.
That's all you got to do. I mean, we could put them in that situation with just how the Eagles did with Hurts. Like, they drafted around Carson Wentz, started Wentz, and then Jalen Hurts took over midway through the season, and that ultimately was their guy. So I will just have to. I definitely want to see what Will Howard can do. Obviously,
I do. There's comfort right now in that position for the first time since Big Ben pre-elbow injury. Like, actual comfort. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't have to look at that position and like freak out the whole time.
I don't know. See, that's the thing with me. I don't know. Like,
because of the O-line.
Just period. Just period. Like, it's just the when our defense isn't playing good. I told Deck before, we don't have the offense that's built. Even with A-Rod, we're still not built to come back from a lead. I'm looking for that guy who, like Joe Burrow. I mean, it don't matter how many points Cincinnati gives up. They're still going to be in the game, or just because of the guy they have and who he is. So it's like, I don't feel that way with A-Rod yet. Like, I feel like A-Rod, he's doing what he's supposed to and then some in terms of, like, he's capitalizing in the red zone, one of the best. My boy just told me 3rd in touchdowns. So, like, obviously he's playing at a level where it's like he's still A-Rod, but it's just like, I don't know how much trust I have when our defense is just either letting us down or not getting the big turnovers. Like, I still question some things.
I think the Arthur Smith offense too kind of. It's not necessarily built for.
It's not
coming back from big leads. I mean, even going back like his Tennessee days, like
it suppresses that position.
They're very very big on like
running the ball, time of possession, controlling the line of scrimmage the most.
So yeah,
we're not built to just drop back and throw.
It's like A-Rod will probably be going off on a team that's kind of just like, let's gun it, let's just gun it and gun it. Yeah. I'm not saying
I guess the Jets try to do that with them, so I don't want to say that. I think that's my point though. I don't think A-Rod could do that at this point.
At this point in his career,
but
I get you.
What we're doing for him, I think we're manufacturing him very well with the way our line, the extra tight ends and everything. We're giving him enough time to where he's able to operate. I fear that if we was to get a wide receiver too, you might think that's a better thing, but you're taking out an extra blocker. You're taking out an extra blocker, and it's going to take away from a lot of the stuff that's making our offense actually have some type of identity. Yeah, I do want to see things open up, but the identity that we're building with, the tackle overs and stuff, I'm not mad at it. I know it's not something that we could just come into every game and expect it to work, but it's something that it gives us stability in our offense when it comes to the protecting Aaron Rodgers and giving our line time to gel together. So it's something like, I think if we was to just, have 3 wideouts and a tight end, you would see it hurt more in the O-line and the running game as well. I think our running game picked up tremendously when we started to, use that tackle overs and the tight end, which we first started against Minnesota. So that was the game where our offense took off.
It's our identity. It's our identity right now
at this point,
and it's a moving train.
And it's not a bad identity to have if you're playing with good continuity from special teams, your offense and your defense. Like, when you're playing complementary football, it will look good. It will put you in a position where you'll be in a position to win, or it's always you'll always be in a position to win. So it's a good formula when you start the game off how you want, when you impose your game plan. But when you don't, that's when you're gonna hear everyone crying and moaning because it's like we know we're not built to necessarily be in a shootout situation, or things got to go very right for us to win sometimes, and that's the frustrating part. Like, I just want to see a game where it's like there's no fluky activity. I'm not saying creating 5 turnovers is fluky, but you know you're not going to do that every game. Yeah, but you can't say it's fluky with the Steelers defense because we will do that 4 or 5 times a season, right? But you can't expect that every game, and especially not against teams that don't really beat themselves with turnovers, like the
Can't
top
be your
contenders.
only strong suit. It's not even. It could be your strong suit. It could be like your X factor, but you have to play good, solid defense outside of just turnovers. And I feel like that's something we don't do often. Like,
Right.
you take away all those turnovers, of course, that's like, like, what if, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But I'm just saying, you take away those turnovers, and we just have to play straight up defense. Like, it would have been a different game. I'm not saying we would have lost. It's just it wouldn't have looked as pretty, of course.
Yeah.
Which credit to the guys we paid to do that. Like, finally TJ said, hey, I exist. You know, guys like Herbig and whatnot went off because hopefully Terrell is waking up to the fact that there's guys he's not using properly. He's misusing a little bit, or not even just misusing, just underutilizing. You know, Herbig needs to be out there more snaps than not. So
Yeah, my thing is ride who's hot. When you have depth, Depth is there for a reason. Don't force depth to be in a rotation all the time. And what I mean by that is sometimes you gotta go with the hot hand. Like, you can't force, because at the end of the day, there's a reason why someone's not a starter. At the end of the day, like, you want your backups to be solid enough to where your starters come out, there's not a big drop off. But sometimes I feel like we rotate too much to where it's like whoever has a hot hand, which Highsmith had the hot hand last game, so I understand if you ride with him more. But I mean, when Herbig had the hot hand and then Highsmith came fresh off an injury, we just stuck him back in there like Herbig didn't exist. Like, he wasn't going crazy the last however many games when Highsmith was injured. It's like, just go with the hot hand.
this stems from Tomlin's player coach thing. Like, he's very people pleaser, you can tell. And I don't think he's the coach that puts his foot down and says, nah, like, yeah, I understand you don't lose a job to injury. Everybody knows that that's a bad way to go out. But I think Tomlin himself probably made that call, like, nah, man, like, Highsmith is back. He's that guy, and I get it. But, yeah, the hot hand is a true thing. I think you should value that, and I think Tomlin's the type of guy that's trying to please everyone, and he looks at Highsmith as a guy that's been here, done the work. And, of course, he had 2 sacks last game. It's not like this guy's, like, bad. It's just the rotation needs to exist, but like D said, like, go with when Herbig was on that go like that, I feel like we're taking away from his career. You know, if he was on a team that needed desperately a pass rusher, and he was the starter of the whole game, he'd probably be having a crazy season. He might get depoyed one of these seasons if he's playing like he was consistently.
Yeah, I guess my thing is, when you have so much depth, like, why are you rotating? Depth is there for a reason, for when someone's actually tired and physically can't be in the game. You know what I mean? Like, TJ, there's too many times where I'm seeing TJ take breaks. Like, we're paying them too much money for him to be sitting on the sidelines on 3rd downs and 2nd downs. Like, I see that. I see that too much sometimes.
He's rolling
so, like,
in bread.
Yeah, no, honestly, like,
For
I think
nothing
it's been every hour that goes by, this man just made.
You probably texting his brother.
4,000, I
In the
think.
booth.
He's making like 4,000 every hour or something absurd, man. But all I'm gonna say is this. We pay guys too much money, and sometimes we know what Highsmith brings. We know what Herbert brings. Those are starter type backups. So let them be depth pieces. Don't when someone's in the flow of the game, I don't care who it is, let them rock out for a little bit. You know, Jack Sawyer, that's another good depth piece. If TJ Watt is at the point where he can't play, yes, throw him in there. It's not gonna be that big of a drop off in terms of, like, he's not gonna do what TJ does, but he's still capable of stopping the run game, getting after the quarterback, all those things too. So maximize TJ Watt. Like, I mean, we're paying him all this money. Maximize what he could do on the field. I went to a Steelers game, and people behind me were saying the same thing. Like I think that's the first game that opened my eyes to like, dang, we really do take them out a lot on third downs and second down and stuff. It's like,
Crazy.
man, that don't make sense.
You're TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this channel was pretty straight and thorough with TJ. We didn't want him back as much as we, like, he's my favorite player in some ways because he's TJ. He's like the face of Pittsburgh sports for however many years. But right now, I think we'd be a better team if we didn't pay him all that money. We gave it to some offensive people or maybe even more defensive people. And we rocked out with Herbig and Highsmith as our starters and had Jack Sawyer as our backup. I think we'd be a better team right now because, yeah, TJ just had a good game. And I'm not trying to start something where we all, like, go back and forth a bunch. And I don't think it's a hot take, honestly, because you can't tell me that if TJ wasn't getting paid, like, for wiping his butt every 5 seconds for an ungodly amount that we wouldn't have we take that money and we put it into the offense that we want to have a way better team right now because he's kind of quiet over there. You know, you got your run stopper in Highsmith, and he's also great at the pass rush. I'm not taking that away from him. And Herbig has been evoluting in that aspect as too in terms of the run game. I don't know. You got two solid guys. Right there. Love TJ to death. Honestly, for his sake, I would have rather him not be on the Steelers too because they lack in schematics. They lack in moving him around. At the end of the season, he agreed he needs to be moved around more, which I know maybe last week or a few weeks ago, he was in the middle of the field at one point. Not nose per se, but he was doing some different stuff. I like that, and it worked. But they don't do it enough. I feel like if he would have went to someone more willing to get a little bit more experimental on defense and just throw some stuff that most teams aren't used to, he'd probably be having a better year, and we'd be having a better year for not misusing people. So it's not just against TJ, I'm saying. I just think the Steelers and TJ's, their relationship is kind of like not mended the same way it used to be. Our teams aren't set up the same way. Our schematics, our guys calling the plays aren't set up the same way, I guess, even though a lot of them are same guys that were in the house. It's just, I don't like Terrell Austin, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't like Terrell Austin. I think he's one of those dudes that just rely on who he has on the defense. He's not really the best at scheming things or making adjustments, which I think those are two of the biggest things you need in any coordinator. So, moving on from that, obviously we played the Chargers this week. So, I kind of want to talk about some key things of victory. We can start off with you, Sean. Any key points of victory you have for us against the Chargers this weekend?
I mean, I think you got to take advantage of no Joe Alt, no Rashawn Slater.
That's big. Joe
Probably
Alt.
going to be the biggest thing. I mean,
Yeah.
all the guys we just mentioned, if they can get going, pin their ears back, hopefully front seven can show up against a run like we did last week, and then we can let the guys that we paid big money get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
Good point.
Then we got to hope Ramsey and Joey Porter, Darius Slay all show up ready to go. Because, I mean,
Slay is special.
Darius Slay won't.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
He's not.
Slay.
He's popping jokes on the jet. Wait, is it home?
No, it's in
Yeah, he's popping jokes on the jet. Don't worry, he'll be there for that. But he ain't coming on the field. His body might be there.
Yeah, that worries me because, I mean, I think everyone knows Justin Herbert. I mean,
I was gonna say we have to minimize the
The
quarterback.
thing that scares me about the Chargers,
NFL.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey, guys that could run routes and slot receivers that we know are gonna be matched up on our linebackers. Those are the first matches I think of when we play anybody. Like, I'm scared of Lad McConkey, and honestly, he's starting to come in his own a little bit. Quentin Johnson for the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are a good team. Honestly, on my predictions for the season, I had us losing at the Chargers. I think what was his name? Braden Fajoko. He made a couple good points. And I think I don't know how well the Chargers will be able to deal with our pressure because last year they had a hard time dealing with our pressures.
Hey, we got Herbert licked up last year a little bit.
So I mean, there's obviously some good film to go off of. I don't know. It's one of those games. It's a 50-50 game for me. Key points to victory. I think establishing the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, tackling well is going to be a key point for me. I think just controlling the offense, being us, just being able to run to throw the ball or being able to throw to run the ball. Pretty much the same thing we did against the Colts. Just establishing time of possession, not turning the ball over, and I think we probably will need a couple turnovers. I'm not saying we need 5, but just playing complementary football. My last key point of victory is obviously making sure that Justin Herbert has an uncomfortable day, getting him off his marks, throwing the ball, not letting him set his feet as much, just, being a conscious for him before he even snaps the ball as a defense is the last key point of victory for us, for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to minimize Madison Beer's boyfriend, for sure. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, man. Shout out to him. But, and not in that way, Mia, if you're watching. I'm just saying. He's doing great things in life. But, yeah, man, he's one of the better young quarterbacks in the league. I've been looking at him as a guy that, like, I think he could be the best quarterback in the league given a certain circumstance. I'm not saying he's not in a good position. I'm not worried about our offense versus them. I think that's going to handle itself. I don't think their defense is as much of a threat. I'm not saying I've been doing adamant research on that aspect of their team, but I don't think of their defense as like a threat. I think they play sound at times, but I'm not worried about that. But the key to the game, I will say, is our offense. Because I think our defense, as much as we will pressure Herbert as best we can, it's not going to work entirely, I don't think. Mostly with last year going how it did, I feel like it's a routine in sports sometimes. Like, a guy like that, you get him once, and the next year, he's going to come and is home. I think he's going to do his thing. I think they're going to make our defense look like they did before the Colts game a little bit. And hopefully, obviously, a main key to that is playing sound defense and trying to stay a bit stagnant there, not give up too many big plays. They're going to score, try to stay in the middle, just bend it but don't break. But I think the key to the game is really Aaron Rodgers and our receiving game as a whole, obviously. Just our offense, but more or less, I really do think, of course, Jalen has to do his thing like he always does. He's great. Yeah. But I really do think this game's going to come down to a shootout, like an actual shootout. So I think our offense has to put up a lot of points because our defense
we're to that point where I'm starting to – our offense is consistently putting up 20, and that's all we ever asked for. So, I mean, it's just about the way we do it. Like, I'm not talking about get down 17-3 and make a run at it, and then we lose 30-23. I'm talking about, like, we got to get out to a fast start against the Chargers. That's all. Last year we got out to a slow start. They scored first against us last year. But actually, we do better when the other team scored first. Colts scored first last week. When we score first, things usually don't go well. So we just gotta be there the whole game mentally. We just gotta be there, and give ourselves a chance. It's not easy to get wins in the NFL, and it's not gonna be any easier going into the Charger Stadium trying to get one from them on Sunday Night Football. So
man, if they had me stay up for some BS again. Yeah. What was the last game? It was nighttime on Sunday. Maybe it was Monday.
No, it was Green Bay and Cincinnati. Yeah, we don't have a good track record with playing that night, period.
No, bro. And that's getting so tiring, bro.
Night, right? Which one do we always lose? Is it Thursday nights? I think it's Thursday.
Yeah, nights. No. Thursday nights on the road were infamous.
Just take that.
I'm tired of all these times. Like, a Tomlin game has a million different definitions. Why? Because he kind of sucks.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to hear. You guys know where me and Dex stand on Tomlin, but obviously, like I said,
obviously he knows way more about us put together. So, he's a great coach.
I want to know our boys' thoughts on Tomlin. Like, what's your take on Tomlin as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I mean, we'll see how this year finishes, but it kind of reminds me similar to Andy Reid in Philly, where you kind of know he's going to put out a consistent team. We're going to be competitive, but I mean, it's starting to get to the point where it might be time, like a fresh start might be better for both sides.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Yeah, because maybe it's not time.
He's a great coach. I'm just saying, when I say he sucks, I mean for us. Like, this isn't working. But
it's
his approach.
James Franklin at Penn State. I mean, they're always in the picture, but
they're not really there. They're not really there when it comes down to contenders.
Like I could see. Like I think we could end up winning the division this year.
What year did we get a playoff win together on the Torps?
To...
We got more playoff wins together than Tomlin does since 2017, man.
It's tough to like.
I got 2 under my belt now. Okay.
It's tough to see that we'd be a real Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Even if we do win the division. I mean, you look at like Buffalo, Kansas City, teams like that.
Lack of aggression.
Well, I will say this year, I mean, aside from Buffalo, the good thing is I don't really see a staple this year. I mean, obviously, Kansas City probably will be there in the end, but right now, just looking at how teams are playing, there's not a clear cut like this is the team. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Baltimore's not where they want to be, where they thought they would be at this point in the season. The Bengals aren't. These are some of the people's top hitters. You know what I mean? So, I think I don't want to say it's wide open, but I want to say it's obtainable. Like, it's just like if we continue to play good football and we create identity, I could see it a place where we get a win or two in the playoffs. I do. I think A-Rod's a guy he could do it. It just is our defense going to be in a place where we can consistently get stops. Can we consistently get stops? Can we consistently be good on defense? Can we consistently not give up the big play? Can we consistently be disciplined on that end of the ball? Because we're not going to get 5 turnovers every game. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't get so hype about games like the Colts, because it's like, yeah. And to Sean's point, like, you look at the scoring, you're like, man, we probably should. I mean, we did get up 24-3, and I guess we took our foot off the pedal, which I'm tired of seeing that too. I let it go with the Vikings game, but if that becomes something consistent, when we're getting up and we got chances to put teams away,
you're gonna lose against
good teams. Yeah, it's like, man, you can't always leave that door open, and we take it to the extreme. Like with what's it called, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, blown coverage. Let's just, and then Roman Wilson, I don't know if he thought he was on a track or what he was doing there, or he thought there was a hurdle in front of him, but he just jumped for no reason.
What game was that?
Last game against the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to speak on that right quick. I saw a tweet, and it was crazy. I read it. My thought I had while watching that reel was the same as the first comment. I'm blaming that a bit on the Steelers, and I know that sounds crazy, but Roman Wilson, I think, is a lot more gifted than we'll give him credit for. I know they're NFL guys. They probably know more than me, of course, about him as a player. I think the comment I saw said something along the lines of, Roman Wilson is trying to do crazy stuff every time he gets the ball to prove himself because he gets minimal shots at getting the ball. But we've seen, like, when he had those that touchdown and that big play catch, or that big yardage catch the 1 week, which me and DG, his thoughts were kind of like, that was
I just feel like, okay, in a situation like that, I just feel like, okay, at some point, right, we don't have a certified wide receiver too, right? So you're going to have someone who makes a play here and there. But it's not, I get what you're saying. It's not like his opportunities is maximized right now.
And he's trying to maximize his opportunities.
There's a reason for that, though. Like, if as a receiver, if you can't beat out Calvin Austin, that tells me everything you need to know. And the Steelers, we've seen it. We've seen it plenty of times where they are not afraid to play young guys at receiver if they got the talent. We wasn't afraid with GP. We wasn't afraid with Antonio, Emmanuel Sanders, and the list goes on and on. If the capability was there, I think he would be getting those reps, and we wouldn't be necessarily even. We would see it too. Yeah, he had some couple of good plays, but I've seen a lot of bad plays from Roman too. So it's like,
think about how many players we misuse on a daily though. Like on both sides.
Nah, I understand.
Like if Calvin goes to the Chiefs,
I think we misused George Pickens a lot when he was there.
That's what I mean.
You still seen enough to know, this is our guy. You know what I mean?
George Pickens should have been a number one, or a first round pick.
No doubt.
Roman Wilson was rightfully so a third rounder, but we're not even making him look like a third rounder.
Right,
we're making him
but
look like a seventh rounder.
So was George Pickens, but that's up to him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm getting at. It's like, okay, you could see it with George Pickens. You didn't have to question what he could do on the field. With Roman, it's like, I see little things like, okay, he's a willing guy to block. Like, he's willing. I see that. Like, he has some toughness to him. I don't doubt that. He was gritty when he was at Michigan, but I don't see nothing that's like, this guy could be doing something crazy in this league. I just don't. Like,
something crazy is an overstretch for me too. I think he could be our number 2 wide receiver if we keep pouring into him because I just see the big play capability with his speed, and I like his 50-50 ball with how small he is.
And that first,
I love the way
first catch he
jumps up.
was a blown cover, so I can't really give him that credit on that one.
And even though he got smacked on that hurdle, at his size, bro, I know a lot of people hurdle.
Oh yeah, you're cooked.
That's
no,
athletic.
bro, you're cooked, bro. Like that type of play, you're cooked. Like when your opportunities are limited, bro, and you only got. I'm sorry, bro, you're cooked, bro.
That's same with KJ. Where's KJ at right now?
Yeah, but you see we're gradually because bro, you got to gain people's trust back. You do something dumb like that, like I understand it, but I think his situation is different because we got two guys there. Roman, it's different because we don't have receivers there. So if you can't step up in our receiving room now, you're not the guy, buddy. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, you can't be. There's no way you're the guy. You know what I mean?
Calvin actually had a decent game, too. I ain't going to hate on Calvin.
No, I've seen that from Calvin.
He really is our number 2.
No, Calvin's not bad. Listen, there's games. It's the inconsistency, right? Like, when Calvin has a good game, you're like, no, I could see him being a wide receiver, too. But that's what we say. He's a fringe wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2.
He's wide receiver 3. His apex is wide receiver 2.
Exactly. So if you put an actual wide receiver 2 next to him, Calvin Austin would eat. But it's like, yeah, he's not that guy.
I would like to keep him though if we do end up getting another guy. But
he might be trade value though. I'm not gonna at this point, bro. You might be cooked too, bro.
Roman
might be trade value.
I think Roman. It won't be trade value because we're not gonna get nothing crazy for him. I really do think a team's gonna say, you know what, we're about to go get Roman. And I'm not saying it's gonna be a crazy move, but I can see the Chiefs, someone like that, getting Roman and him going off like with Hollywood and them.
Him
I
being
can
a good blocker.
See him being one.
He's gonna be in the league for a long time.
He will. That's my point. Roman Wilson is going to be a good wide receiver in this league. Do I think he's going to be a Steelers wide receiver? Heck no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on. I hope you are, but it's just I haven't seen nothing.
Chiefs would be a good fit. I know
it's
the Chiefs. No, I know it's the Chiefs.
You know what I mean? Like,
of course it's the Chiefs, but I'm saying, dude, name a Chiefs wide receiver that's actually their number 1. Like, I don't really think of anybody on that team as their number 1. I like Hollywood there.
Yeah, but Hollywood's not doing nothing.
Then you got Sky. No, not
There's
Sky.
A couple teams where
Sky got booted.
Yeah, not
See,
Sky.
that's what I mean though. Scott Moore was a 2nd round pick. The Chiefs moved on. Listen, some things don't work out. No, they do have similar skill sets. It's like
who am I thinking about though? Xavier Worthy? Is that
Xavier Worthy? That's what you're talking about.
But none of them are necessarily like head honcho.
But where she writes is their number 1, but he's been injured and got suspended this year. So
bad boy.
Anytime he plays, you know that's their wide receiver 1. But I get your point. It's sometimes it is by committee, but that's when you got a quarterback like Mahomes, it's going to look like that. Like you can't.
I know what you're saying, but you got to think outside of Mahomes.
What?
There's so many good quarterbacks right now. So wherever he goes, eventually, I think he's going to eat. Huh?
You're talking about the Chiefs, though, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the Chiefs, but if we're being realistic, we're going off the past, and of course, we all know the Chiefs are going to be there at the end of the year. But I mean, they're not the hottest team right now.
My point is, I don't think Mike Tomlin's at a point where he could play around in his career. So if Roman would bring something to, I know Tomlin is going to play you. You know what I mean? It's not like he's not going to play you. He is. He proved it time and time again. Like I mean, Juju, he's played for us off rip when we got him. It's so many receivers that weren't even 1st round picks for us that we gave opportunities to. Like I said, if you can't. And those were on some good, decent receiving room. So
yeah, but that was when we had Ben to make him look better. Like
we got A-Rod
set up. Yeah, but A-Rod, you know,
come on, man, we got A-Rod.
A-Rod and DK don't look like the duo.
Listen, man, I get it. You might got your personal to Roman.
I like A-Rod.
I think Roman's a hard working dude. I think he is tough minded, and I think he's a strong competitor. I think all those things could be true, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great or a good football player, if that makes sense. Which I think he is a good football player. He was at Michigan. Some things just don't always translate to the NFL. Like at Michigan, he didn't have top tier speed. One thing I'll give Roman, he does have strong hands. Like you won't see Roman drop too many footballs. It's just physically, I don't see a guy that I'm like, yeah, we need to keep him, or yeah, we probably should keep him. Like he's not there yet. If he could prove me wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on from Roman. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I got to say about that, me and Roman are linking.
Don't do that.
Me and Roman are linking up soon. We're going to Turkey together, but other than that, I don't really have too much to say on him. Who cares, honestly? Because at the end of the day,
you're lucky you even got a 5-minute segment.
You're tripping, bro. Nah, shout out to Rome, though. I think he's gonna be good in this league, but you know. All right, I'll move on from that. Honestly, I don't have.
No, there's no other Steelers pod that gave Roman a 5-minute segment. I could guarantee you that.
It's probably because of me, because I'm a big Rome guy. Rome, prove him wrong, like Pat kind of is right now. You know, Pat.
But that's no. You want to know why you feel that way? It's because we don't have anyone there, and it's like we need to find some light.
He gives me something in my stomach
for the future.
He gives me something in my
stomach.
stomach.
I'm that guy, so I understand it. But
my intuition with football isn't always bad. Like when it comes. Now I'm not talking about me, and I'm not even talking about like you guys being like, oh yeah, it's not. I'm more or less mean when I've had a weird gut feeling. When I've had a gut feeling about a player, it's not always wrong. And I really, when he gets the ball, when I see number 10, like, and this sounds glazed, but I'm just saying there's a weird feeling, like a butterfly.
I know what
like,
you mean.
Ooh.
No.
And it's not because he's new.
I know what you mean.
It's because it's like, wait.
Because he's from Hawaii.
Maybe. I'm seeing something, though.
No.
Like, Calvin, I'm just like, yeah, that's Calvin.
When you say it like that, I know exactly what you mean. No, when he made his first play, I'm like, oh, there's Roman. Like,
Roman exists. And he's making plays that aren't just like, oh, he got a little 10-yard out. No, he's making big plays sometimes. They're just swept immediately. They're like, oh, whatever.
Listen.
Blown coverage.
Let's
stop talking about Roman though.
But I don't want us to be like, damn, why is Roman getting clamped up this game? Well, maybe their defense didn't have a blown coverage this game.
Yeah. We're done with Roman. Let's see this play out. Let's put him as a lab rat, and we'll see the rest of the season, and then we'll have more of a.
Shout out to Roman Wilson.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watching this, bro. I'm not no hater. I'm just saying, bro, you're not good enough to play for our team.
Shroud, you got any? I'm done. Are you done?
Huh?
Are you done?
Wait, are we gonna talk about the Chargers?
I thought we just did.
No, I'm just
playing. Am I tripping?
No, we're done.
No, we don't got to be fully done. Yeah, I mean, we can make our last minute predictions or something. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do score predictions.
I ain't gonna go too crazy. I'm actually gonna be quick, but you don't have to be.
Let's do score predictions.
Score prediction is pretty average. Like this sounds annoying, but 28-14 us.
Cause this is real. My bad. This is real clip farming. If one of us get this right, shout out to Blueberries Podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
I only say 28-14 by the way, because I do think my key to the game I think is gonna happen. I think this week is gonna be a crazy offensive week for us. I think those 14 points given up are going to be like...
Wait, what was your... I ain't heard
28-14 us, which sounds crazy because I was just kind of hating on us, but it's because I think our offense really is going to play like wonderful this week. Okay. I just have a feeling. And defense holding them to 14, I guess, is a really good game, but I still think we're going to get marched all up and down the field. I think we're just going to get turnovers at times like we did that last week. But all right, yeah, that's my prediction.
That's a good one.
28-14.
28-14.
Just because offense.
If we could win 28-14, that's going to be great. I got
That's crazy though, because I'm such a Steelers pessimist. I'm getting delusional.
I'm gonna give us 28-24 Chargers. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna stick with my preseason prediction. It's gonna be hard to go in there and get a dub. I already know the emotional roller coaster the Steelers bring. So as much as I want us to go in there and I think we can. My keys to victory still stand. I still believe in them. I think if we follow those keys to victory and we follow through on that, we probably have a chance to win, and we got a good chance to win. But I'm gonna go with the side that our defense looks a little bit more lackluster. And
I agree. By the way, my take 14. I don't want to change it. I'm gonna keep it.
That's a take.
14 is points put up. I think our defense is gonna look bad though, and that sounds crazy with just 14 points allowed. But when I say it, I think we're gonna get marched on. Do I sound nuts saying that?
Yeah. I think there will be.
I think it's gonna be way uglier than what the 14 points look like. I think it's gonna be ugly for the defense. But yeah, I just think
something like how we beat the Pats type.
Yeah, I think our defense is gonna get marched on, and then we are gonna get takeaways just because I think it's just in the air right now. I think we are gonna get our takeaways. I bet you after this game, I'm still mad about the defense. Is what I'm saying. Regardless.
2024. Yeah, I guess I gotta keep it now. 2024. That's my score prediction for the Chargers. Shout out to the Steelers, obviously, I'm gonna be real hard.
No, man, bro. That's like a project.
We're getting your prediction too.
Multimedia.
I'll do 31-24 Steelers.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
31-24 Steelers. I think kind of to both your guys' points. I mean, I think Ladd and Justin Herbert is going to be tough to slow down for the Steelers. I could see them putting up a couple of touchdowns. And then
now Pat Queen Gordon.
Offense. I mean, I got faith in Jalen Moore, and honestly, right now, I could see them getting him rolling.
Let's do a little round of applause for Jalen Warren, man.
What's your score prediction?
I'm giving us 27-10.
Same score as last year? Wait, wasn't that the score last year?
It was close. Something
Wait,
I believe
27-10
Warren-
us?
I believe Warren went off on the Chargers last
He did
year,
good. He
too.
did. Him and Kyle Osborne. Kyle Osborne had a big game against the Chargers.
I want to see how we adjust to not having, say, Amalu and having Spencer Henderson there. Like, are we going to put somebody else
That's
in the jumbo?
true. That's a good point. No, because
Jumbo
we're not gonna be able to do.
formation?
Yeah, we can't.
Can't,
We can't do the
are
jumbo.
we going to be able? Are we going to put somebody else there?
That's a good point.
See,
that might slow down our run game.
They
See,
need
I
to
wanna
be on the
see
edge.
how
I'm
our-
trying to tell.
Arthur
See,
Smith
this is why we
adjusts
try to
to
get
that.
my boy in here.
He knows his stuff.
I
He
want
know
to see how
ball.
Arthur Smith adjusts. Like, is he going to put somebody else there? Or are we going to do something completely different? But, like, that our run game hasn't worked until we started doing that jumbo against the Vikings.
Yeah.
I'd like seeing him do the jumbo to the right side, run behind Falcone a little more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I don't know.
He's
if
been
they
going
ever will,
off.
but
We should go to his side more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good predictions. So
Yeah,
27-10 Steelers.
31-24 Steelers.
I got it. My bad for being that guy, but yeah, 28-24 Chargers.
That's creepy as hell. 28-14 me. 28-14 Steelers. But I'm still going to come out pessimistic, I promise you. I'm still going to be, we could win the Super Bowl. I'm like, nah, that's cap. I'll be hyped. But yeah, 28-14, but it's going to be an ugly 28-14. It'll be like really close game, 21-14 for a while, and then that 28-14 is going to be some garbage time, little tutty, but
Game with no field goals.
what, 28-14? Oh yeah, no field goals, just extra points, yeah. Yeah, man, hopefully Boswell doesn't have to be our top scorer ever again.
Got Boswell on your fantasy. Take him off right now.
Hopefully, man. I'm getting tired of him being our number one scorer. But yeah, guys, love you, boss, but yeah, you shouldn't have to be a one-man wrecking crew. But yeah, I'm done. You guys cool? You cool?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Say bye, JU.